Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea only on Win Media 98.9.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. You're here with your faves on Friday, September 2nd. Me, Azam, and of course, I'm being joined by...
You sound like you sure? Who in here?
No. You were pulling this and I was like, what's going on?
Oh, sorry. Morning.
Yes, guys, that is, of course, Jade, Gwenny Gwen, Idita, CPL, Martha, Stuart Johnson, who is here in studio with me this morning. Quite happy to have you, Jade.
Aww.
Yes. And, of course, guys, it's Friday, and we're not going to waste any time. We're going to jump into Cross Caribbean Link Up in just a moment. Hold on, let's see. Jade. Okay. Yeah. You got to ease up on the...
The volume now?
We're going to stop it, you know? Yeah, why not? Let's stop it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because at any moment, like I said, our friends from Antigua are going to join in. And we actually have a very special guest joining the conversation this morning as well. I'm really looking forward to it.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not, Jade? I love talking to people from across the Caribbean, Jade.
As you should.
Especially people with long decorated careers and, who have exhibited excellence in their particular fields.
Indeed.
Like you continue to do daily.
Oh, you're so sweet. What's happening with you today?
Jade, I'm trying to throw out good vibes because I need some.
As you should.
I trying to give out as much positive energy today, hoping that the universe reciprocates because, I need it.
You're having a day.
I'm having a day.
We all have those days though, you know? Sometimes you wake up thinking that your day is going to go one way and then it goes completely left.
Jade, I just be thankful to wake up, you know?
And that's all you need to do.
I just be thankful to wake up.
Be happy for life and strength and health. And hopefully Darren will jump in very soon.
Yeah, man, just know. But we're at the end of the week, Jade.
Finally.
We're into September. Have you found out who's in charge of the Independence Committee yet?
No.
What's happening?
I'm sorry.
What? I have questions.
I thought that they have a slogan though.
Yes. It was a lot of re's.
Yes.
I don't want to misquote.
I can't remember it off the top of my head. However, I know that there is one.
Yeah.
So,
the country is gearing up for independence. The reason I was asking, I want to know, I wonder if they're having a gospel concert.
Most likely, that we have to bless our beautiful country and we are a Christian society here, even though we don't behave so. So I want to
Really?
believe,
So
yes.
then are we really?
Uh,
uh,
Sort of, kind of.
Because usually if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, looks like a duck, probably is a duck.
Yeah,
but if it doesn't look like a duck, walk like a duck, I need it.
So you're saying you don't feel the Christian vibe in our society anymore? Are you saying the evangelicals have failed? The Christian council is not counseling anymore? What are you saying?
I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is that we are obviously a society made up of people of different beliefs, different backgrounds, different views, different. That's what it is.
True.
So to try and suggest that we are somehow a society of
Christians,
I think that is.
well,
I think that excludes. I think that let's say that excludes what maybe. Seem as though they
share another message. Let's share another message. I'll try.
we heard, Darren, we were hearing you loud and clear, and then you left. What is happening?
And if they can hear us. Good morning from Antigua, Barbuda.
Good morning.
Good morning, Darren. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. All right, I guess because I wasn't seeing you on the camera, I just thought you guys weren't ready yet, but you are very ready. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning to the great Julian Rogers.
Indeed.
Sir Julian, as I like to call him. OBE. How are you?
CBE.
CBE, sorry.
No. It is.
Correct me.
It's just MBE. Okay, leave it there.
Okay, all right. Oh, it's just an MBE. How are you doing, Julian?
I'm doing fine. I just find I know, as you know, I was up early.
Indeed.
And then all of a sudden I realized it was 7:01, so I rushed to make myself decent for you.
All right, just to give Azam and Jade, are you either of you familiar with Julian Rogers? We've done a link up with him before, have we not? Was it you, or would it have been someone else?
No, I don't recognize these people.
All right. Okay, all right. Julian, you can of course speak about yourself best, but Julian Rogers is considered to be one of the foremost, if not the foremost, journalist up and down this Caribbean. He's worked in, well, let me see, Montserrat, Antigua. He was once the station manager here at Observer Radio, and he also served as a manager at other radio stations in Antigua, Barbuda. Trinidad and Tobago, of course, his native Barbados. Grenada, do I have it right, Julian?
Not Grenada.
Not Grenada. Okay, all right. Well, I was close. Where didn't I get?
We can stop, man.
But yes, I consider him somewhat a mentor and a very good friend, and I'm always happy to exchange with him at any opportunity I get. So when he messaged me early and bright and said, Darren, how about a link up? I said, why not? So here we are.
There's a reason why I linked up, why I called you, though.
Okay.
I'm not sure I should tell you, but anyhow, you called me yesterday and you asked me how I was.
Yes.
And I didn't answer.
Yes. You sort of should I say, beat around the bush,
I wasn't beating around the bush. I was hosting an event at the office.
Okay.
Something called the Food Awards. And so I realized that when you responded by saying that I didn't say anything about how I was, I said, "Oh Lord, you must think that something's happened to me now."
Yes.
I said the best thing to do would be make sure that you hear me and I talk to you and I can assure you that I'm fine. I'm doing fine.
All right, great. I'm happy to hear that. How is Jamaica?
Jamaica is absolutely beautiful. Let me start with the weather today. A good-looking day. A bit of cloud out there. We've had it's been very, very hot, and we've also had rain showers up and down the country over the last couple of days, which everybody, praise God for. But extremely hot. I don't know. I know that in Barbados, they tell me it's been very hot too. Has it been so hot in Antigua and St. Kitts, etc.?
Definitely.
Why?
Yeah, it's been very hot today, though. It's overcast, or at least it was overcast, and we had some nice early morning showers, some very light thunderstorms, if I may call it that. Light thunder in the distance, but yes, we got some showers. So hopefully that will cool things down, but the temperature has definitely been up there in the 30s.
Extremely hot.
Low 30s.
So that is Jamaica physically. Absolutely beautiful country. I do miss my my ability to get to the beach in Antigua in less than 10 minutes, but anyhow, that's another story.
It is another story. It is another story.
I miss my little fries. But I know you want me to just tell you something about what's happening in the news. We have a problem, or several problems like everybody else. Teachers, as we prepare for the new school year, back to face-to-face school, a lot of teachers have left Jamaica and gone off to North America or Europe, and so the teacher shortage is critical. The cover story today in the Jamaica Observer, our paper, does include a story from the president of the Teachers Association here saying that the country needs teachers, but she understands why many of her colleagues are leaving the country, etc. We had a very nasty accident yesterday. 2 buses collided, and both drivers got killed along with the passenger.
Wow.
Speeding along the way. Great debate in the country about the farm labor program in Canada. One of the workers there reported the conditions, which are absolutely, if you're listening to it, an interview was done by Dion Jackson from the Gleaner and RJR, and it was a horrible story. But the minister responsible, Carl Samuda, he'd gone to Canada and had a look, and he came back and said, "Hey, nothing tall goes so." But that is a serious situation there. Crime, as you know, up and down the Caribbean, we really have to deal with a critical increase in crimes, gangs, guns, and whatever else. So that's all I could tell you. I mean, in real terms, on the sporting side, where you are everybody's tracking exactly how our Caribbean athletes are doing all over the world. They're going through a fantastic phase. Trinidad doing well, Antigua, Barbados doing well, St. Kitts doing well, Barbados doing super. I don't know where these athletes have come from, but anyhow, so that's a happy part of the story I can share with you.
Okay. Someone says I miss St. Kitts, Julian. Which is ironic.
You were coming to that, right? So I'm waiting to be introduced to my new friends at Win FM.
Yes.
When I was back there in 2000, trying to set it up, etc. Before coming back to Observer. So let me know who these new people are.
Right. Jade Johnson, Azem Bailey. I think it would be best. Well, they serve as hosts of a very popular show in St. Kitts Nevis, the Federation, called Island Tea. Yes. All right. And the way they have described their program is that it is not as should I say, diplomatic and structured as the show that I host is. They tend to be a little more no holds barred, but they can certainly represent themselves quite well because they do it every morning during the course of the week. Azem, Jade.
Well, morning, Julian. It's a pleasure to be speaking with you this morning. I don't know if Darren is saying that we are not diplomatic or structured. But I
feel like that's what he just
that's what he said. That's what he said.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
No. Well, you guys told me I was too straight jacket, right? You've said so. So I was only repeating what y'all tell me.
That's okay.
No,
we'll
but
take it.
we do host a show here in St. Kitts, Island Tea, and yes, I do remember that you did have a significant role to play in the start of the station here. So. Of course, we're appreciative being fruits of that tree, all right? So, Jade, if you were to describe yourself, what would you?
Boy.
Remember people listening,
I can't believe if I can say it on the radio.
People outside, I think it's saying it now, listening now.
That's okay. Well, hi, good morning. I'm Jade. I'm the producer of this program. I am not a journalist by any means. Matter of fact, I just happened to have an idea and I pitched it, and they let me run with it, and we've been here for the last 2 years. I am someone who does events and graphics and all of those things, and now I host a program. My co-host is a very well-known musician in these parts. He's also a sound engineer, and he does many great things, including back me up on this program.
Yes. Many great things.
And Darren, for the radio listeners who can't see the two of them, I think I can risk a description. One looks like a young Marshall.
Jade, wow.
I don't think it may be.
Oh, really?
and I can only name her as Two Puff.
Two Puff.
Thank you.
I like it.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes. Very observant, Julian. Very, very observant. Yeah, fantastic. So so what stories have you guys? How are things in St. Kitts, by the way? You could just give our listeners an update, a sense of how things have been going. You have a new government, new cabinet, new prime minister. I don't know if the honeymoon period is still in full effect, so nobody is saying anything too mean.
No, I can't say that. People have been trying their best to slander the government, even though it's only 2 weeks old. Of course, in any country, any Caribbean country, will have people like that. But yes, things are moving. They've been, I guess, getting their feet into, things here in St. Kitts, trying to.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely young lady. Just popping in to say hi.
Listen, can say hello, Julian. She can say hello. She doesn't want to say hello.
Yes, she's saying hello. Come on. I was telling her to take a picture so you would have it.
Oh.
The record.
Okay. All right.
Morning, Darren. Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Listen, the lovely Alison, the better half of Julian Rogers.
Yeah, the better half, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
So-
what would you say?
Denise, Francis.
Yes, Denise is probably
Yeah,
listening.
Denise said hello just now. And
Oh, hi, Denise.
Aw.
Denise.
So
By the
from
way,
Julian.
Denise used to, for Jade and Azem, I don't know if you know, but she used to be a very integral part of Observer Radio.
She was the first morning host, Denise Francis,
That's correct.
Oh.
on Observer Radio. The Angels of the Morning. There were two girls.
Absolutely.
And I have to say, sorry, but I have to say good morning to Miss Jarvis because Allison just told me that Miss Jarvis asked for me. So let me clear that one up. Quick. And yeah, Mrs. Jarvis. Yeah.
Yes.
And all the girls. Who else? Megan. Oh yeah, Megan. Yeah, Megan.
Julian, why it seems like it's only the women that keep asking
and
for
I
you.
have legs over there.
What?
Ornella. Nettie, and her mama, and so on. And I have to. I'm sorry, taking over the show. We just sent Stacey Mussington back to Antigua. She's been here for 2 weeks. She brought her son Jare up to university. So we had an Antiguan gathering night before last, Denise. We had Brittany, Jare. We had Jojo Aparicio's son, who I call Little Jojo, and somebody else from Antigua. Well, it's Stacey, yes. Okay, so we had a bit of
Had a full house.
we had a full house of UE students and plus Stacey. It was great. It was absolutely great.
I can
So
imagine.
take her back. She's back safe in Antigua. So good morning to ABS.
Yes, good morning to everybody. Good morning to everybody. Let me ask you, just to come back real quick to what you guys were saying. You're saying that, the government is getting a hard time from various quarters. Which quarters in particular? What areas are people coming at them at in terms of the new prime minister and his cabinet?
Deep bit.
Huh?
Well, I mean, personally, I kind of view it a little differently. I believe what is happening is that they were, I think the government is getting a lot of support. Obviously, they won. They won a popular vote. They were, in some cases, overwhelmingly the more popular candidates, and so I think they get a lot of support.
They do.
However, I believe that sometimes persons may not fully recognize that it takes time for certain things to be implemented, and so you're getting calls for, in particular, some moves within the public sector and civil service. I think that seems to be some of the cries that I'm hearing. Of course, Get rid of them seems to be a theme across the Caribbean right now. um, Maybe owing to the popularity of the song by the same name.
Indeed.
But the government has been very, I would say, open thus far.
Yes.
Giving cabinet notes and briefing and as to what the agenda is and the agendas that are being set across different ministries. The new ministers that have been sworn in have been going to all of the requisite departments and meeting those in charge and also those who support management. And so that has kind of been where we're at over the last 2 weeks or so.
Yeah.
Presently, the Prime Minister is off island.
Yes, he is.
Attending. It was two separate meetings that he's going to be attending over the course of the next few days, and so he's obviously got straight to business and straight to work, and that's kind of what's happening right now.
Yeah, well, naturally, you'll have people who I guess don't understand or prefer to spread certain propaganda when it comes to reshuffling of some of the ministries and the people in charge. So we're seeing from particular news outlets. I'll use some air quotes there. That cries of victimization and people being let go based on their political views or following. But I think that's natural in any government. People have to be reshuffled. People have to be moved. Some people will lose their jobs. Some people will gain some jobs. But yeah, so that's what's been happening. I think this will happen for a while, especially seeing that some of these sources, you can say, preferred the previous administration. I know that has been removed. They're doing everything in their power to stir some drama, because you know, what is politics without drama?
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Anyway, Julian, what about, you have a question for Jade or Azam?
Yeah, I was gonna ask them about the Prime Minister because I didn't, he was not on my radar and so what kind of animal is he? I mean, that he emerged to lead the party, etc. I mean, all the other familiar names that I've known, but give me a sense of who he is.
Well, I would say that his ascension to the office of the Prime Minister may have taken a bit of an unorthodox path. He had been a candidate for the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party in Constituency 8. I think this would be would have been the third time he ran, and the previous 2 times he was unsuccessful, even though in particular the second time in the previous election he would have suggested that there was some foul play, but as there were some talks about perhaps changing the leadership of the Labour Party after the previous election in 2015,
I think.
When Douglas lost.
Right,
Yes.
right. He emerged as the leader, and of course now has been successful in his bid to the people, and so with the victory of the Labour Party, he has now emerged as the Prime Minister. So, medical doctor by profession. Most of the people that I hear speak about him, and we've had him here on the show, and I think, I don't know about Jade, but I have a personal relationship with him. He seems to be someone who people respect highly. He presents himself well, and I think a lot of people seem to be hopeful based on the type of messaging that he and the way that he's presented himself during the campaign. So, we're going to have to wait and see, what type of legacy he then creates as Prime Minister.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. And in terms of cabinet, have they had any post-cabinet briefings?
Yes, they have had well cabinet notes have come out outlining some of the areas that they intend to focus on at least in the short term. Some things have been happening even in some cases less than 72 hours. The
Yeah.
first one of the first major things that I could say would have happened was the lifting of uh, the COVID-19 protocols. That is something that would have been called for even prior to the elections. Of course, it was even suggested that the reason that the protocols remained in effect was for political reasons. But that was done. Some of the things coming out of the cabinet notes would be there seems to be a real let's say focus on ensuring that the rule of law is is upheld, and one of the areas that they're looking into obviously is the whole issue of marijuana decriminalization or
Yes.
legalization, and there have been some directive by the cabinet to the police to uphold the laws as they have been written, which really would, I would say, ease some of the tension from persons who use marijuana in one way or the other.
Yeah.
And so
Okay.
there's also been of course talk about the CBI program, which we all know has been in the news. Probably some might say even under attack as of late, and there has been mention of continuing to strengthen and bolster that program for sure. And there were a few other issues that we know now is a real focus for the government. So hopefully that level of transparency and openness continues through the term.
All right, great. Yeah, Julian, I wanted to ask you. We have some new leaders that have emerged in the Caribbean. Of course, we have Dickon Mitchell, who is at the top of my list. He, Prime Minister of Grenada. We, of course, now have Dr. Terence Drew. Oh dear, his face is in front of me, but I can't. Lapierre in St. Lucia. Philippe Japierre, I think that's the name.
Philip Perry, yes.
Right. Those are the names that readily come to mind. What is your overall assessment of them? I don't, if you have any, like Dickon Mitchell, the young prime minister. I think many people were shocked that this happened. I remember not long before the election, I asked the question, "Oh, so what about this opposition leader in Grenada?" And the people in Grenada, I think some of your friends, because I think you had put me on to them, Julian, they were like, "Oh, some young lawyer that they put to lead the opposition." They didn't even remember his name. No, the man is prime minister. So clearly he has some level of depth, and I've heard him speak, and I'm quite impressed. He's no lightweight intellectually. What are your thoughts, your assessment of him and the others that I mentioned?
Is there early days for me? I like you, um, only heard about him in the finals of the hustings, so to speak. Um, but you miss another young leader. Let me remind you of what happened in Tobago with the Tobago House of Assembly, and this young guy called Farley Augustine, coming in, really a breath of fresh air in terms of the management of Tobago's affairs. The openness that my friend in St. Kitts talked about is particularly evident in the Tobago situation. They had a tie in the poll before, and then of course these guys came and swept it. And they've gone up systematically, opening up the government to the people, and the consultations that they've undertaken really impressive. I'm really happy to see that, and it really is a lesson, I think, for the rest of the region. For instance, he had a consultation on food security all day long, and brought in all the stakeholders, the fishermen, the farmers, everybody, the agro producers, and so on. And he's done so with education and a number of other areas. So I have a very good sense of this guy. He's a graduate of UE, so he's known up and down the region and so on among the colleagues of his age group.
Mhm.
Jean Pierre, Philip Pierre in St. Lucia is an old friend. He's not young.
Yes, yes. I was just gonna say he's new prime minister, but not quite
He's
new.
not young. He goes back to my days of running away from Radio Angeles down to St. Lucia on the weekends and liming. So that will tell you how old he is, right?
An idea, an idea.
An idea of his age. But yeah, I caught up with him the other day in Turks and Caicos at the Caribbean Development Bank's Board of Governors meeting, and in fact, he's now the new chairman of the board, who will be hosting the next meeting next year. But so he's been in the opposition benches, he's been in the government benches, he's been a minister and so on. So he has experience. He has a lot of parliamentary experience and government experience, etc. Um, St. Lucia, of course, is like everywhere else, is a tough situation in terms of governing. I don't know anybody want to be in government right now, quite honestly, on that job. I leave that to those brave people.
Mhm.
Um, so that's St. Lucia, Grenada, Tobago. I really think you should follow the Tobago situation.
Mm.
Uh, and if you people have a chance, go online and watch the morning shows that I like from a new TV outfit. They're called TobagoUpdates.com. Really, really, a group of young people got together and decided, look, we're going to set up a television operation. They're doing it all online, and it's going very well for them. I'm very happy. So Tobago, Grenada. Well, Grenada, I come back to Grenada, just to say that again, this is fresh talent.
Mhm.
Kind of reminds me of what happened in Dominica when
Roosevelt Scarrett.
Bristol Scarrett.
Mm.
He was in his 30s when he became Prime Minister of Dominica, and he's run about 99 terms now
Yes.
since then.
Yeah.
So I think what the freshness of the leadership is important for the countries. I know that some people say, well, these people don't have any government experience and so on. How they think they can run the show? Well, they got to learn just like everybody else, and not the olders. Started off in much the same way as well. Got to grow into experience. But what I like, particularly, I come back to the Tobago experience, is that they had a retreat for all the new people with old experienced hands, who had been, part of the Tobago House of Assembly operation over the years and so on. And then they came out with a plan of action and said, look, these are the things we're going to do in the first 90 days. Then we review, we report to you, and then we'll go to the next 90 and so on and so on. And that's the way they've been working. Very, very putting real management operation into force,
Mhm.
trying to get a lot of all of the issues that are hanging around, for instance, like payments to people and not happening, things not happening on time and so on. So I think they've done a great job. And I think openness is really the key here, in terms of what I've been picking up as a journalist, tracking and following what's happening there. So have I done everybody?
Yeah, I think so. I think you've covered everybody, and you got the update on Dr. Terence Drew, who is the newbie in St.
Yeah.
Kitts Nevis Federation of. So I think Jade Azem, you have a question for Sir Julian, as I affectionately refer to him.
Yes, from being around for so long and observing all of these elections, what do you think is contributing to this new wind of change that has been blowing through the Caribbean?
Every now and again we hear a new wind of change across the Caribbean.
Just like we've been hearing West Indies team turning a corner.
Please don't raise something we have to spend a few hours dealing with. Let me
Yeah.
just put on the record: I support the West Indies cricket team, good, bad, or indifferent. I can't stop supporting them. Anyhow,
Yes, yes.
I know that's a challenge for many people.
Yeah.
Wind of change. I don't know. I mean, I follow because in the role as a journalist, you're obviously following the politics and so on. And there are instances where you see some interesting developments that you think bode well for the future development and management of our affairs, and in others you're really disappointed and so on. Um, I, I I watch and I say, when a new administration comes in, um, they have an opportunity to clean up and fix up and put into place the kinds of things they campaign on and so. Um, but I think what happens is that reality hits them because they're now in charge and now they discover that things are the tools or the capacity to do things, etc., is not as easy as they thought because they've not been exposed to the inner workings of the previous administration, and therefore they need a little time in which to find their feet, so to speak. Which you made a reference to that earlier. Why am I not remembering young Marshall's name?
Oh,
Azim.
Azim.
As in, yeah, as I made that point much earlier, that people are disappointed or are unhappy because certain things happen. And I think the point to be made, as him, is this: that people need to come to terms with the fact that when there's a change of government, all those people who were political appointees gotta go. I mean, there's ifs and buts about that because if there's a turnover, let's face the facts. That is what it is. If I was the press secretary to Lester Bird and Gaston one, I mean, obviously I would have to think, but maybe I raised the wrong example. Because there's been a press secretary who's been able to survive several administrations in it.
Oh yes, oh yes.
I can't believe I said that.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's just put it this way. There are folks inside the studio who are smiling at what you just said. And I'm sure that is a representation of many thousands who are listening and think it's empty who are smiling at what you just said. So that's okay. And I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if the man himself who listens to the program, mind you, will be smiling himself too.
Wow.
Good morning, Mr. Mercer.
I don't know how he did it, but he managed to do it. But anyhow, so there's a honeymooning period really, and there's a transition which I think people have to come to terms with, and that's part of the reality. Um, the the same yeah, the same money, the same pie. Yeah, the money doesn't grow from running the government out of some strange place. It comes out of the taxes that we all pay or are supposed to pay. And then you get emergencies. Look what COVID did. COVID forced all the governments to find some money somewhere to be able to buy vaccines. I mean, yes, some gifts came in, but certainly not enough for the entire population to be vaccinated. So these are the challenges really. And then if you think that is a challenge only for the government, just think what's happening in the private sector. The economic activity grinding to a near halt, and therefore less taxes are going to the government from the businesses, less taxes going to the government from me, you, the workers, etc. So these are not easy times, and again, I say, I would not want to be in their shoes, though I'm in the shoes of a private sector leadership right now, and I can speak as a manager of a business as to the great challenges we all face.
Right. And just let me ask you quickly, Julian, before our time runs out. Andrew Holness, I think it was an opposition, I don't know if it was an opposition leader or certainly a member of the opposition who referred to him as the worst prime minister that Jamaica has ever seen. He went on to say that Mr. Holness is only concerned about his social media postings and profile, and not so much about the suffering people of Jamaica. Are you familiar with those comments?
That sounds very much like somebody in opposition who would make that kind of descriptive of a person, which is grossly unfair. You know that. All of us would know that. Even sitting down here in Jamaica. Look, before COVID came along, Jamaica was on an economic trajectory that was the example for the world. And their response to COVID, for instance, was immediate. and very admirable in the circumstances. I
Right.
think that's a grossly unfair description of wholeness. He's very open. Um, he's a political animal who, remember when he ran first, when he's made party leader, etc. He lost that election, and he's come back as a distinctive prime minister, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know that portrayal really is in any way remotely fair to Andrew Holness. He's out there communicating with people, begging the country to. I mean, this COVID, I think, was the biggest, was like the sternest test, appealing to people to get vaccinated, to realize the impact on the economy and on the country, etc. You know, the immediate shutting down of the country, for instance, was not an easy decision to take, but it was done after extensive consultation with everybody in and out of government, etc. And I think the only challenge here and as you know, up and down the Caribbean, is that I feel that there are times when the opposition and the government people need to sit down and say, look, these are the top 5 things that are stressing our country. Let's see if we can find a way to work them out. Because otherwise you're just operating like tribes. And that is unhealthy for our Caribbean societies. We're too small for that. And again, I refer to Tobago. What I see there is that the opposition, I don't know if it's because of the age group of the opposition in Tobago, but they are really sitting down with the leadership of the THA and saying, okay, these are the things we think should happen, and so on and so on. Those things that you said you would do, etc., we don't agree with, and there is consultation, and it is not an adversarial atmosphere. It's a consultative one, which I hope they can keep going, because otherwise, all fall down.
Right. Julian and Jade and Azam, a very special person is in the studio and wants to say hello to Julian.
Sure.
Oh, awesome.
Who that, Jojo?
Julian, good morning.
Jojo.
Morning, Julian.
How you doing?
Hey, morning, Julian.
I have a son. I have a new son now. So you have to come. You have to ask my permission to see your son.
Oh, yes, I know that. Thank you very much, Julian. Thank you very, very much. Listen, today marks 11 years, Julian.
Are you serious?
Serious.
What?
But Sunday actually, but we're celebrating today. Today,
Nice.
this will mark 11 years, Julian.
Wow.
Since you took the chance to say, let's try a sport show in the morning in Antigua and in the region for the first time.
That's because, Jojo, I have to tell you guys, right? Before Jojo got on the radio, he used to be on my case all the time saying, very critical of the standard of some of the things that are happening on the radio and whatever else. And I know, I said, something, this guy is right, man. So when the opportunity came, yes, he's right. I called him up and said, you need to be on the radio, man. All right. So that's that. And he said, you sure? He didn't have any of the confidence then, as he subsequently exhibited.
So Julian, I just want to thank you so much. Seriously.
Yeah. But he's turned out good. So, Akeem, yeah. He's not a bad fellow.
Not a bad fellow at all. Thank you very much, Julian.
Yes, thank you to you and to Shelley. I happen to.
Yeah, you have a new son.
I have a new son.
Right.
All right.
Anyway, listen, Julian, parting is always such.
Before I go.
Before you go, yes, go ahead.
I'm gonna get into real trouble.
Yes.
Because when I started calling names of people that I want to say good morning to,
yes,
there was one name I didn't call. And if you don't call Nick Joseph's name this morning, I am going to be in mucho trouble.
Yes.
With her mother, and everybody else, etc. And good morning to Gregory Georges as well.
Yes, Greggy says good morning. And so does Abina Straker, Valerie Gonzalez Barrero,
So
And
anyway, yeah. So you see,
I also know.
and if you start calling Valerie, it's like gotta go to Valerie Hodge.
Well, there you
All
go.
the Hodges, right?
Yeah.
We need a program in which I just do requests, right?
Yeah, indeed, indeed.
And of course,
Anyway, yeah.
the Dulces of Antigua. That should cover them, right? Yeah, and then of course I got to go to Yolanda.
You don't want to hail up anybody in St. Kitts? We have people listening in St.
Living
Kitts.
family. Oh, St. Kitts.
Yes.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, I have a beloved daughter and her mama living in Nevis.
Okay.
Right?
Well, there you go.
There's Nicole and Denise in Nevis.
Okay.
So there you go. Lorraine, formerly Bliat, Lorraine Mitchell. Listen, Joe, I mean, we'll have to do a show.
Yes, we'll have to do a show.
Show.
Yeah, we'll work on that. Jade, yeah, I hope you guys are okay over there in St. Kitts. Y'all look a little subdued today.
No,
No,
man.
we're just enjoying the Antigua link up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so to my friends at Win FM, I'm happy that you guys have survived and striving. I know it's not easy in that political atmosphere of St. Kitts and Nevis. I just beg people to realize, and I say this to everybody now. This is not St. Kitts particular. Radio is a difficult business right now, and I am encouraging everybody in the private sector and in the government sector to realize one thing. If you guys did not have radio stations doing the kind of work that is being done by stations such as Observer and Win FM, for instance, and I'm only calling those two names for now, but I mean everybody, there'd be riots in the streets because the radio stations are providing the audience with an outlet, which is very important. All the pent-up feelings about what's happening in the various countries gets let out on the radio. If you bottle that and it exploded, we'd have riots in the streets. I say that because what we're providing is what I call the democracy of the airwaves. People are having opportunity to say how they feel about how their countries are being run. They present solutions, etc. And I think governments need to listen more. And I say government, I mean governments both in power and in opposition, because you have an opportunity later on at some point to run the country's affairs. Listen more, act more on the suggestions and ideas that are coming from people. You see, this whole matter of the environment, we're losing our coastlines and so on. There are people living in all those communities who can tell you exactly what you can do to put an end to the degradation in our communities, etc. Listen more, act. What was it? Act responsibly.
Yes, act responsibly. But listen, my technical director is giving me the eye. We have to go. So, Jade and Azem, thank you so much for facilitating the great Julian Rogers,
Anytime.
MBE,
Anytime.
Caribbean broadcaster and journalist. Up and down this Caribbean, we call him the Caribbean man because he's worked in, we listed the countries. And I don't think that list was exhaustive. Anyway, Julian, thank you so much. We'll
Thank you,
speak
Darren.
often.
Thank you. Really enjoy this this link up. We should do it whenever you feel you want to do it.
All right. Well, we'll organize.
And good to meet young Marshall and Tupaf.
All right. Take care. Good day to all of my friends and family in St. Kitts. And thanks so much again, Julian. Regards to your family.
And regards to all the people at the central bank in St. Kitts.
Well, there you go.
Get you guys.
Important people. Yeah. All right. That just about does it, ladies and gentlemen.
Jade, well, this morning, Big Antigua link up. I know there are a lot of people listening who might have been fans of radio for some time, who were happy to hear Julian.
Definitely.
He's been around for a long time. I know at one point Observer was very popular here. A lot of people used to listen to Observer Radio here in St. Kitts. So yeah, definitely, I'm sure it was a pleasure for them to hear his voice again.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's break time, and then we'll come back with some stories, some tea.
Let's do that now.
Yeah, man.
On some tunes.
Hospice Value Mart IG Value Club Blue Tag Specials from August 25th through September 7th. Del Monte Fruit Bowls, 4-pack, $12.99. Nature Valley Granola Bars, $12.99. Kellogg's Special K, $16.99. Simply Punches, $9.99 each. Essential Everyday Sliced Single Cheeses, $8.99. Essential Everyday Pancake Mixes, $9.99. And now, our very low weekly value deal. Duncan Hines Cake Mixes, $7.99. Mueller's Pasta, $4.99. Dial Soap, 3 bars, $9.99. Pepperidge Farm Cakes, $19.99. Rice-A-Roni, just $6.99. And Essential Everyday Ketchup, just $4.49. Shop smart, shop Value Mart. Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí a Value Mart.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib. It's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Hey guys, welcome back to Island TV right here on Win Media SKN. It's Friday.
Indeed.
Oh, speaking of celebrations, Jade, it would be remiss of me to not shout out a friend of the show and definitely a big sipper, Carissa.
Yes.
Queen Independent, today is her birthday.
Indeed. Happy birthday, fam. Happy birthday.
Yeah, Tug Life.
What?
She know what I mean. She know
I was
what I
about
mean.
to say, this has to be an inside joke.
Yeah, she know.
But yes, happy birthday to her. We're hoping that she has an amazing day. You know, have some drinks, have some fun. Don't overdo it. But it's your birthday, so we would understand if you do. Yeah, we would understand.
Some of us feel that's the plan.
Yeah.
Some of us feel that's the plan.
But we have to say it just because,
yeah,
responsible.
Apparently, we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be.
We're supposed to be.
But yeah, big up yourself, Carissa. Of course, this one the nation's supposed to celebrate, eh?
You better believe it.
Yeah. Big queen that. Hey, she done tell me she come in here this carnival, you know, but we already said the Calypso show gonna be interesting this year. The Calypso show is going to be.
I'm looking forward to it. Big time. So.
Yeah, we see how we go. But Jade, where we going?
St. Kitts Nevis Patriots for winning the first ever 60 tournament. That was actually that win was very it was very similar to the last CPL win when they had us at the edge of our seats. As usual, I think this is like how
that's their style.
Yeah, this is their style. Stress them out first, then get them a win after. So I'm not too worried about their trajectory currently when it comes to CPL. I know
this
we
is
lost.
This is stress
period. This is stress period. They lost their 2 first games.
What?
Yeah. Don't study
Both?
that. Don't study that. They lost to Jamaica on on Wednesday, and then they lost to Barbados last night. But nevertheless.
I mean, like when Big Island beat us. I mean, like when nobody beat us. But
yeah, but we don't worry.
Oh, speaking of sports and wins, though, our young Sugar Boys have actually been doing really well.
Yeah, man, I see them thumping up some teams there.
I think we win 2 games so far in the under 17 CONCACAF.
Yep.
CONCACAF tournament that's happening now. Big up to the gentlemen, and continue doing us proud. If anybody have a link to the games, I've only been able to been watching the highlights. I want to watch the games. Somebody send me a link. Let me know where I could watch them. There gotta be somewhere.
Yeah, we might have to ask the president of the association. Who should be joining us sometime this month to give us an update on football and all these nice things. So.
Yeah, I wonder when the football's supposed to happen.
Well, I mean, we could ask him.
Yeah, no, they had Congress last week. This week.
Yes, I think it was last week.
Last week, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had Congress.
But yeah, we have to. We're gonna have some. We're gonna have some faith in the SKM Patriots and wish them well. And we have, I think, 2 more games before they leave to go to St. Lucia. So let's just come out and support them. I have to say, I have been quite pleased with the crowd that has been coming out to look at the SKM Patriots. Even last night with the rain that was trying to prevent the match from happening.
There was a good crowd.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
The support was there. So let's keep that momentum going into the next 2 games, which is tomorrow and Sunday. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, Patriots breaking my heart so far too, but we're gonna hold strain.
Get it together.
Yeah. So this is how we started last year, and now we turned out to be the champion. So I have faith. I have faith,
Have faith, Jade.
Have some faith in the Patriots. Have some faith in
I
the
don't.
Patriots.
It's like sometimes the losing anyone is one thing, but sometimes it's how you lose, whether it's just grip your heart by like.
Yeah, because we had it, we had it, but
Yeah, silly mistakes is what I get to me.
Listen, I watch some of them catches come straight to these players, right? And I would have dropped it. A matter of fact, I wasn't even going to try to catch it because the pace some of them balls has been coming with, right? As them, let me tell you something. A lot of us would have done break with hand, injure ourselves.
Yeah, I got you.
All kind of story. But they are trying their best. They didn't give up, even though, it was down to the wire. They still didn't give up. So have some faith in them.
Exactly.
Yes. Let's jump into some
tea time.
Thank you. Beautifully done. Let's.
Yeah, Miss Young Michelle.
Yeah, man. Lord, I got your head now. Head swell now.
He's singing everything for the rest of the show.
As you should.
For the show.
Young Michelle, that's a big compliment, It's a big compliment. Maybe it's looks and talent.
Anyway, they say I'm too young to soccer.
What?
See, you're a real Marshall fan, Jade. You gotta get the reference.
Clearly. But anyway, let's start with some St. Kitts news. And it says St. Kitts cops 2022 World Tourism Award as the Caribbean's leading dive destination.
What?
I know. Recently, the destination was awarded at the 2022 World Tourism Awards as the Caribbean's leading dive destination 2022. Underwater landscapes include nearshore reef diving, subaquatic caves, and shipwrecks. Remember we had a little shipwreck thing out there, though?
No, Jed. I am pleased.
Yeah.
with this award. I just, when you think about the tourism product, you don't really think about like diving.
No.
You know what I mean? Like.
Have you ever?
Me? No.
I went snowboarding. I've been snowboarding. I've been snorkeling, and it's quite pretty under there. It's quite pretty.
I mean, I've not officially, but I've dived, but I just. You don't think.
You ain't dived the right way yet.
Yeah. I just don't. I never say I don't think about it like that. But I do know there are people who come from all over to go and check out our underwater landscapes.
And we as Kittitians and Nivision should do the same because it's
Need to learn
right
to
there.
swim first, Jade. Need to learn to swim first.
I tell somebody that yesterday,
We need to learn to swim
Bagnall,
first.
me and Bagnall was talking about some things that could happen. Like we should start getting people trained because we have a lot of swimmers.
No, Jade, I'm actually working on an interview because I don't know if you know, but we actually have based in Nevis, but a swim team that's preparing some young people that are preparing to go off to a big swim tournament coming up.
Well, link it up.
Yeah.
Let's talk to them.
Yeah, the coach. I got the coach's number, and I'm actually very excited about what it looks like.
Yeah, link it up, man.
Yeah, but we gotta learn to swim, Jade.
Yes, we have to learn to swim, and we also have to use the people that actually know to swim because we have a beach. We're surrounded by water, and plenty of people go to the beach often. So we could have little huts with lifeguards set up that could create some jobs for some people. This is Bagnall's idea. Shout out to Bagnall for this one, and put them on the beaches. We have so many beaches, but we don't have people to make sure that the people are swimming safely and all of these things. So gather up a group of strong swimmers, train them in CPR and all of these things, and place them on the beaches to keep the water safe. I really like the idea coming out from Bagnall. Shout out to him one more time.
Bang.
Yeah, man. But yeah.
He said, hold on, before we even continue. Because we're going to jump off from St. Kitts now. But the video.
I know he's there.
No. I don't think you know which video you're talking about. I'm talking about the one with the bus.
Oh, I thought you mean the one with the pastor.
No.
I'm not the pastor, the lady saying that anybody talk about Pastor Boland and people, which she apologized for, which I think she should have, because I understand that when you love and follow someone, you don't want people talking bad about them. However,
let me tell you something, right? Where I get this thing from, where
Christians supposed to be calm and all of these things.
Yeah. Where I
don't know, I can't be found the Bible, not the Bible that we we see. Somebody said this morning, Jesus was beefing a tree.
Jesus, God tell the woman, watch it, don't look back. The woman
turn into a pillar of salt. Just cause she peep back.
A pillar of salt. Okay.
God burned a whole community just because he said that he didn't agree with who that was.
I want to be nice. Yeah, so you walk here.
Yeah, so you walk. Well, I understand why she apologized still, but
yeah. But some
can't keep talking about people and feel like people can talk that about you. Yes, I work. I come in here all the time and say when the girl go to hell, and she did. However, she Christian faith told her that's not the way, so she apologized again.
Yeah, I come in here every day and I bang my mouth. I know sometimes you say things that you regret saying.
Yeah,
and
you mean in here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sometimes.
And what I'm saying is like, in cases like that, I apologize, make amends, and hope to do better.
Yeah, that's all.
I'm sure she's a work in progress and God is working on her.
Definitely, she's only human. She's a sweet lady, but she just got up in her feelings. All of this is because we just videotape things too much.
Not only that, Jade, we like to go in things while we ain't gonna cars in. That's what happened here.
Yeah, because the people, wasn't talking to
her. The woman ain't talking to you.
You ain't giving the pastor no money. She ain't talking to her.
The woman ain't talking to you. And
I take it one with it. No, piss off the woman and vex because she said what she said. She was upset. Naturally so. I cussed off a woman on Wednesday,
Yeah?
What? Fully?
Oh yeah, I come in Thursday and tell them.
Listen, if you didn't hear the things I was telling that woman, you hear? She'll never do that again. Nearly kill me. And my friend them. You think it's all life gonna? How you want me? And that piss me off,
Then they're wrong and strong.
She ain't even gonna say, sorry, my bad. She start to cuss. Well, she clearly ain't, not me.
She find out?
Boy, the hard way too. Now gonna hit me then tell me sorry, because I got a child to take care of. And he want his full mommy. Yeah. He wants his full mommy.
Yeah.
So please take time on the road. Anyway, back to the video at the bus.
Bye. Me know what that there was, Jade.
Neither me buy. They say it's because that's the same bus that...
So why this? Karma the universe do that?
Man, if it was the universe. I never see the universe light no fire yet. But somebody take it upon themselves. And
so the police investigated, or the fire department, to see if it was
I don't know. I sent it to the news team, so maybe they're investigating it.
I would like to know if they come out and say that it was foul. There was foul play involved. Might have just been an electrical problem.
No.
Electrical problem in the bus, Jay.
I thought the bus don't move. Where get electricity from?
What do you mean, Jay? They could have a battery in it.
For the time they said that bus there, I don't want to believe that battery's still alive, man.
So, but then said that's the bus that the guy ran into. Cause I don't know what happened.
That bus don't move. That bus always been there.
Oh, I don't know what happened. All I know is that
somebody said yesterday that bus been causing a problem because it just parked on the side of the road, forever. And ever.
I don't know what happened. I didn't know what he ran into, who he ran. If he was, I didn't know what happened. All I just at the time I was just kind of more, just so disappointed in the fact that we had another young man that transitioned. But so I really don't know what happened.
Yeah, that was crazy. I had an issue with even that. Let me tell you something.
No.
I know we live in a culture and a society where everybody feel like they need to be journalists and catch the scoop first and send home videos and pictures and stuff. But you all do realize that these people have families, right? Like these is actual real human beings that y'all dealing with. When y'all sending around videos and pictures of this guy deceased with his privates all hanging out and stuff like that, like y'all have no type of autopsy.
That's what went on. You know, I just avoid the scene. I don't want them things in my spirit, Jade. So I don't look at them like. I don't look at them. So
like no type of scruples, no type of autopsy, no nothing. Y'all just out here being. I don't.
Okay, so
that just piss me off, you know.
So like, look at this too. I mean, this was definitely worse, and of course, in this situation that I'm talking about, you would expect that someone would be held accountable. But I don't know if you saw that Vanessa Bryan got $16 million as part of a total.
Yeah, as she should, and that's what we need to start doing to people down here. When they start to do these nonsense that they're doing, sue them. That's why a lot of people just go with things down here now, because they don't have to feel it in their pockets. If y'all start to sue them now, problems, they would stop. Because y'all think it's cool and oh, I was the first person to have this video. I was there and I see and literally snapping pictures with this man's dead body, everything just hanging out and sending it around. Why? Like, what is the purpose? What is the purpose of doing this? Somebody should Vanessa Bryant them. That's what they should do.
Yeah. Yeah, guys. I mean, like I keep saying all the time, we need to make it a habit. Develop the habit of exercising empathy.
Not them nearby.
Make decisions where you imply empathy. It really does seem like nobody does do that no more. In nothing.
Not at all.
In nothing.
Nothing at all.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you were about to jump into something else there.
Yes, let's jump over to. Let me see. Let me see if I have any Caribbean stories before I jump to America, because no, the Caribbean been quiet. Praise the Lord, the Caribbean been quiet. So let's jump over to America, if my phone would allow me. Yes, there we go. And it says American nun who went missing from her bed in Burkina Faso found alive 5 months later. Good news. Good news indeed.
Good news for who?
The family. I mean, no, they're not traumatized and all of these things, but you know, the family at least could say that they got their granny and well, she's a nun, man, and she got children.
How about this? Well,
she must have family.
Yeah, she must have family, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know about it.
So, an 83-year-old Catholic nun who was kidnapped from her bed in Burkina Faso 5 months ago has been found alive, according to church officials. The bishop for Kaya, a Burkina Faso city and diocese, said on Wednesday that she was found safe and well in safe hands, as per the Associated Press. Bishop Theophile Near said, for the moment, we have no information on the conditions of her release, but we express our profound gratitude to those who work towards it. He added that Sister Solène Tennyson is currently in a safe place and in good health. Miss Tennyson was abducted by armed men in the middle of the night on 4th April from a missionary in Yalgo, Burkina Faso, where she had been since 2014. 2 other nuns, one from Canada and another from Burkina Faso, were not taken or harmed in the abduction. An FBI kidnapping alert was issued for Miss Tennyson prior to her reported handover on Monday in Niamey, the capital neighboring Niger. Sister Anne Lacour, U.S. congregational leader for the Marianites of Holy Cross, told church newspaper Clarion Herald that Miss Tennyson was totally won out. Whoa, that ain't sound. Totally won out by the. Is it me or that's so weird?
That means she was tired.
I hope so.
I don't know why it's in inverted commas.
I tell you, this ain't sound.
I don't know why it's inverted commas, but go ahead. Read it as the article is written.
Huh. Yeah, she was totally won out in inverted commas by the 5-month-long ordeal. I have told her how much people love her and she doesn't have anything to worry about. I told her you are alive and safe. That's all that matters. Is that all that matters? Is that all that matters, Azim?
You have to say that, Jade.
You don't. You don't.
No, you kind of have to say that.
They could stop at you are alive and well. Not that that's all that matters. Because I'm pretty sure for her, that's not all that matters.
I said, it's just me or this whole thing just seems
So weird,
strange.
right?
Yeah, the whole
Okay.
thing is so strange.
I'm just making sure you leave me alone. Huh.
Right.
Burkina Faso has seen increasing levels of violence linked to Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State group over the past 6 years, with militants conducting kidnappings of foreigners for ransom to fund their activities.
So let me ask you a question. Has there been any talk of what the handover looked like, what it entailed?
They said they had no information. No information.
And that is
one day she gone, one day she back. That ain't make no
months
sense.
later.
That ain't make no sense. None at all.
See, for me, it seems as though she was probably taken for ransom, right? It seems as though she might have probably been taken for ransom, but the policy of most of these governments and things is to not negotiate with the kidnappers. They say they ain't giving them more money because they're encouraging them to keep kidnapping people and blah 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 blah. But we all know that whether it is a non-governmental organization or the government themselves, they're negotiating with these terrorists.
Yeah. They have to.
But they just don't come out and they then come out and act like as if, well, we know what happened.
Yeah, and all of a sudden she just popped back on the face of the earth.
She was handed back over.
Like, come on, man. Come on. Just be real with us, no? Wait, do you see I don't like when these people try to make us seem like we...
It ain't gonna sense.
Yeah. Because what they're saying don't make no kind of sense. You telling me a nun was kidnapped and then 5 months later she was just...
A little tired.
No, worn out. That sounds so wrong. I'm not going to stop saying it. Especially since
it's so
the
wrong.
point...
I ain't gonna stop saying it.
Yeah, and then the point in inverted commas, like, what is supposed to insinuate now? What do you mean she was worn out?
Maybe with all the blessings and prayers that she had to do for the men. Because, of course, if you kidnap a nun, you'd want to use her for what she's good at, praying.
Why are you talking to the people I'm 83-year-old grandmother for? Y'all ain't seen a young spot to kidnap.
No, but the young spot, they might try to run away and all kind of thing.
Oh, Granny ain't got the strength.
Granny ain't got the strength. Granny was probably just there blessing them and so.
Praying and hoping.
Probably telling them about the good old days.
Maybe that's why they give her back. It could be that, you know. They get so tired of her trying to preach to them. They was like, you know, let me send her back. Let me just send her back.
Nah, I think they'd like her, man. That's why they had her for 5 months and then they decided, bye. Granny, we ain't gonna let you go by late, but yeah, we ain't gonna let you go.
Suppose actually they enjoying Granny time and she was just there, you know, chilling.
That's what I believe happened.
Yeah, Granny was just there chilling with the people.
That's what I believe happened. Granny probably tell them, leave them, they're good young men. They're just a bit misguided.
And I was helping them. I was steering them on the right path to righteousness.
Yeah.
They need to come bowl and church. They'll sort out their life. You ain't feel so? If all of them come bowl and church, they're going to sort out their life.
The ISIS people?
Yeah. A new kind of vibe.
A new kind of vibe. Right? They might not like the independence of the women. That might be a bit of an issue.
Oh, yeah, sure, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But say it's woman the bang man, so me know what I'm going to work out that.
Saying it's woman that's bang man? Okay, at least somebody is admitted.
But they know, we know. All of the victims know too.
Remember that video I showed you the other day?
Which one?
The one with the OnlyFans girl banging up she boyfriend.
In the elevator?
Yeah.
That she killed?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to talk about that, but I wasn't here. But no, because I think it's a real lesson, eh? And I don't think people, well, particularly women, understand like how men does have to navigate this thing.
Yeah, because women feel like because we're women, we could just hit men and they can't hit us back on all
Jade,
this story.
have you seen that video with the spirit employee?
Yeah.
The woman who leap out and bust the man this lap?
Yeah. And then they're trying to say, well, no, he's not whore.
What? Watch, don't get me wrong. Both of them were wrong.
Very wrong.
Both of them were wrong.
One was more wrong than the other.
Okay, hold on. For those who might not have seen the video, let me do a quick description of what was happening. Apparently, guys, not apparently, there's a video of a lady and a guy who is employed by an airline having a bit of a back and forth. They're talking. The man, even though he's you could tell he's agitated and he's loud. The lady is very aggressive, and the man seems to be very he seemed to be very fed up, right? With whatever information he was giving her, she didn't appreciate the information, and so they were having an argument. And that's exactly what it was, an argument. The man literally had asked the lady on several occasions to not come into his personal space.
Simple request.
No, at the same time, I believe that at that point, he should have just left. I don't believe that you don't tell the lady what is what. She is being unreasonable and aggressive. You tell the lady to not come into your personal space. But I watched the video several times. The man literally telling the woman, don't come in personal space as he's moving toward her.
Yeah. That's usually how it is going on. Go up my face, but you're in
go up my face by walking towards yours. However, it was then escalated. There was a man, I don't know if there's any relation to the woman. I don't know if it's a husband, a boyfriend, a travel mate, whatever it was. But there's a man who came and tried to put some distance between both parties. From what I saw, it seemed as though he really was just trying to avoid it escalating. But the lady can decide.
Now is my time to shine. I got bacative.
The woman can leap.
Leap.
Listen what I'm telling you.
Not jump.
Lady leap over the shoulder of the man who is trying to
protect her.
Pat them, and proceeds to slap the employee. Right? Proceeds to slap the employee. Well. That guy, I believe by maybe next week or so, he gonna be doing some trials to the NFL.
Yeah, man.
The man do some...
There's a full linebacker right there.
But the man do a full football move here. Double shuffle. Bill spin move off the shoulder. Brap.
Attack.
Spear the lady on the ground.
Yeah, man.
Spear the lady and... Maywex. Me no boy, Maywex.
Wait a Maywex.
Maywex.
Sometimes you gotta learn the hard way.
No, let me tell you something, Jade.
Sometimes you just got to learn the hard way.
No, Jade, let me tell you something, Jade. Me like people touch me.
Me was.
Right?
Anyway, wait about me.
No, right? But then it gets escalated when you touch me in my face, Jade.
At the top of the 70. That just mean... Anyway, let me...
But then, I don't know for other people, but I could say for me, and I believe this is a sentiment that is shared by a lot of men. If you box me in my face, Jade,
no, back there again.
I got me vex. But something about when you hit me with your open palm, Jade.
That is a sugar, you.
I don't know about a lot of people, but a slap for me just seems way more disrespectful
than a box. For sure?
Yes, Jade. If there's anybody who agrees or disagrees with me, I would love to know. But for me, there's something about a slap.
That's how I feel about people spitting.
Yeah, that's
how I feel about
Jade,
people spitting.
this ain't the day for that, Jade. This ain't the day.
You spit after me again, Joe.
But it's something about a slap. Your open palm smack me across my face, Jade. I think what it is, it's almost like if you box, like it's almost like recognizing that I can hit back. There's a fight. That's a fighting stance, right? Slap is almost like what your mother do to you when you're small. You can't do nothing but come in one slap. I don't know why it is, Jade, but something about that open hand slap across your face, Jade. Whereas a punch might put you into a fighting stance like, oh, that was going on? Mm-hmm. When somebody slaps somebody, it's almost like something trigger in your mind and all you see is someone has to die. Someone has to die.
Really?
Someone has to die. I'm telling you.
It's different for me. Granted, nobody ever slapped me, so me, you know.
Jade? Jade, thank God Almighty.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. It's a level of disrespect when you open hand hit somebody, Jade.
For sure. So when you're close and hit them, you disrespect them. But when
Jade,
you're open and hit them.
A fist and a Jade. I don't know, Jade. Again, let me say it this way. I'm talking for me, but for me, there's another level of disrespect that is associated with that. And so when they see the woman slap the man, I say,
I feel like no
see?
matter what she had, I think no matter what she had did, he would have speared.
oh yeah.
Because again, he keep telling her to stop.
But let me tell y'all
She
something.
continued.
Women. Let me first.
Somebody say it sound like you get slapped up before. A few times.
I have not.
Oh.
But
I could see where you would though.
where I would get slapped up.
By women. Remember I know you.
Jade.
Personally.
Jade, let me ask you a serious question. Let me ask you a serious question.
See that? Your phone in here go off. What make your phone go in answer now? All of a sudden your phone in here ringing down.
Sorry, I apologize. But Jade, let me ask you a serious question here. Name one person who you know least toxic than me.
One person least toxic than you?
Yeah.
Name one person.
That's less toxic than I am.
Me?
Jade, you can't use yourself.
But you said
You're
name
biased.
one
You're biased.
person.
You're biased, Jade.
Kevin. No, Kevin less toxic than you, man. Don't trust me. Kevin less toxic than you.
Jade.
He more angry, but less toxic.
Kevin is the man who does run up to people and ball out. Yeah.
I said more angry. You said toxic. There's two different things here. Huh? But she know, where she calling?
Hello, good morning. KZ live on Island T. What's up?
No, I'm not.
Yes,
you are.
What?
You definitely are.
Good morning, everyone. Hi, this is Bailey, the best sister to Evan Bailey.
Casey, I can ask you a personal question about your brother.
Definitely.
Do you believe that your brother is toxic?
I'll call you later, Azam. Thank you for that question, Jade.
Bye. She traveling, so that's why I answered it to. But I was making sure it wasn't something important.
She's trying to make sure the peace in the household stays. You see, she want to answer the question?
But anyway,
Point proven.
But anyway, Jade, what I'm saying is, guys, a lot of time. Look, of course, men should not hit women, but the point I'm making is nobody should hit nobody, right? Nobody should hit nobody. But there is this belief that, and I've spoken about it here, when there are two men, Jade, men understand that there's always the ever impending threat of violence when you're dealing with another man. Mm-hmm. Right? But a lot of women, not all of course, but a lot of women seem to believe that they are somehow what is it? Is it that they just feel like man can't hit them? Why is it? That's what it is?
Mm-hmm. I feel like men won't hit them back because
you see? Yeah, but you see, there's
me no better.
a lot of times men but there's a little bit of truth to that, because a lot of times men would not return violence to a woman the way that they would have if it was a man who did the same action, right? So I guess because of that, they believe that they're somehow exempt or immune from that type of reaction, right? Let me tell you something, that is not the case. And for a lot of men out there, let me tell you something. Don't play with women who does become violent.
The same. Want them that are drink Guinness and so.
What?
I play with them girls that are drink Guinness.
Guinness?
Lose all your life.
Then
they'll quick to stab you,
And that is the point I'm making. There was an incident I always hear about. It happened over in Sadler's some years ago. And obviously, it seems as though there was no intention to actually hurt anybody. But apparently, a young lady I guess playing with her boyfriend or whatever, or tell him, I better stab you. End up stab the fella for Japan a day, right? And of course, like condolences the family, and hopefully that soul rest in peace. But a lot of times we underestimate what women are capable of when they become.
Not me. I don't watch YouTube every day.
when they become emotional.
I watch YouTube every day.
And then that coupled with this belief that, hey, I can get away with this type of behavior. Sometimes things that escalate to a point. She pick up a knife, boom, 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 bam.
Next thing you know, you're dead. You're going home to God. You didn't even know what happened.
We got to become real responsible
again,
with how we deal with these
I watch
things, man.
enough things on YouTube to know that women are some of the most violent people on earth. And they're very calculated. A woman would plot on your life for a good couple of months before she do something.
Jade, a decade, Jade.
Literally plot it out, you know.
A 10-year plan to poison you slowly, Jade.
Yeah, man. Slowly. Yeah, man. Yeah, the woman poisoning her husband with arsenic regularly.
Yeah, the woman was squashing up glass and giving it to her husband to eat.
A woman literally was going to hospitals, killing babies. Hospitals, eh? Not one, hospitals. No, some of us are a little too devious, man.
Be careful out there, guys. Be careful
y'all gotta be a little more careful with who y'all. And let me tell you something. If women was more of serial, like if women were more like serial killers, a lot of y'all man would have dead, you know.
Jade, I have a theory, Jade. I have a theory that a lot of the serial killers that are not caught is women to be.
Yeah, because I have been making some weird decisions, you know. You just met a young lady, you ain't know from Adam, but you're inviting over to your house and oh yeah, afraid people poison all your
Jade, you ever listen to Royce the 5'9" song?
No.
I am going to send you something right now. Listen to it when you get a chance. But yes, Jade, I think that a lot of times we take this masculine thing where it's like, oh, I'm not the type of man who hits a woman, and then that somehow also translate into I allow myself to be physically abused by women. You don't have to be the type of man who doesn't hit a woman to then be the type of man who is physically abused by women. You see what I'm saying? But we've seen too much of it happening lately, and of course with the availability of cameras everywhere, we've seen a lot of these things, but man,
Anyway, let's take a break and come back with more, because we have some other things that have been happening around the globe that are very interesting. So we'll just take a quick break, thank our sponsors, and be right back with some Island Tea right here on Wood Media Scan.
Boom, bang.
Energize your goals with Lucozade. Get it good. Look under the cap. Find the code. Win it. Thousands in prizes. iPhones and TVs. Or win 30 grand US dollars for your goals. That's goals.
For a chance to win 30,000 US dollars. Purchase any Lucozade Energy promo bottle. Look under the cap and find the code to win iPhones, TVs, and free Lucozade or 30,000 US dollars to energize your goals. See website, social media, or press for details. Lucozade, taste the energy.
Energy, we want kickstart and a workout. Pour some in a mind and in a ear cup. We're going up and up and up. One cup on me charge up. Turbo, me want no time for talk. Pour some in a my cup and get me energy up. Original flavor, me drinking mixing with the ginseng. We no lose turbo, me for win. Cause a turbo, me say me ever ready, never did it. The greatest, next level energy, it's legendary. Pass up, turbo, we drink and charge up. One cup on my car. up with turbo energy drink.
Hey guys, welcome back to Island T right here on Win Media SKN. Friday. We're jumping into some more tea.
Yes, this has been a very strange week for pilots.
They're in the news.
They're in the news, man.
They're in the news.
So this one is saying a pilot threatens to end flight over airline passengers sending him nudes via iPhone airdrop. No one distracted by when you flying the plane.
The man under the constant threat of violence now they're trying to distract him again with nude photos.
Well, the man flying. I tell you, they got a bottom sea, you know. Oh, they got a bottom sea. They just out here doing things.
Maybe they thought the man was falling asleep.
But he flying a plane. As if he flying a plane.
Exactly. You don't want to fall asleep while he's flying the plane. So you do something to wake him up.
So the airdrop is... Alright, different, bye. I never think about these things, you know. I never ever went on a plane and say, you know what? This is what I'm going to do today. Mid-flight, I'm going to just send over some nudies to the pilot.
I mean, just make sure they're tasteful, though.
Yeah, let me see if they're playing on mounts a little bit. Anyway, an airplane pilot threatened to end a commercial flight after warning passengers to stop sending him nudes via the iPhone airdrop feature, according to a hilarious video posted to TikTok. The pilot, who was not identified but works for Southwest Airlines, was helming a flight to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, when he took to the plane's intercom and told passengers he would be returning the craft to the departure gate if they didn't stop sending the racy photos to him. This is like when your mother say you're going home if you ain't behave. This is what he said. We're going back home if I ain't behave. Since I ain't gonna behave you. So here's the deal, he said. If this continues while we are on the ground, I'm going to have to pull back to the gate. Everybody is going to have to get off. We're going to have to get security involved, and your vacation is going to be ruined. The pilot warned in a viral clip of the incident.
Why you didn't just lock off your phone?
Yeah, he could have done that too.
I just lock out the airdrop.
He could have done that too. The airline told the New York Post that the safety, security, and well-being of customers and employees is our highest priority at the Times. The safety, security, and the well-being of the customers and employees in the Southwest team's highest priority at all times. When made aware of potential problem, our employees address issues to support the comfort of those traveling with us. He's the only one person on this plane uncomfortable, you know. And this is probably the person who shouldn't be uncomfortable.
This is the one person who should be the most comfortable.
Yeah. They're doing so much. They're doing so much. The captain is in charge. He gave a fair warning. People need to stop doing this stuff on airplanes, wrote another commenter.
I'm just trying to figure out.
You're going to lock it off.
I'm just trying to figure out why you doing checking your phone during the flight.
Yeah, like, where you on your phone? I don't know. We always just be here preaching about jobs not letting you have access to your phone. But this is one of them times.
I don't have a problem if he has access to the phone, you know. My thing is, people sending you all these nudes. Okay, let's stop checking the phone.
Turn off your airdrop.
Yeah, turn off your airdrop.
You could literally, it's not something that has to be on, you know. You can turn it on and off.
We're talking about airdrop. We ain't talking about like the phone gonna be on in case like
that's what I mean.
Emergency call. You could turn off the airdrop.
You feel like people was doing this a lot? Like
no, what I believe happened was this is summertime. He going to
summertime. Remember that song? Sorry.
So I believe what happened was that, and he's going to a popular break destination, right? There's a lot of resorts in Cabo and stuff like that. So I suspect what happened was it was probably just maybe a group of friends, maybe young men, right? Who somebody discovered like, hey, this look like the pilot airdrop here.
And just pilot wherever.
Yeah, and just had the same name, probably such and such phone. Because they announced the name of he announced his name or they announced the name of the pilot. Right? So if you see such and such Rogers phone and they just tell you that such and such Rogers is the pilot today, then okay, that's the pilot phone. So I suspect it might have been
a case like that.
Yeah, a bunch of young men who just was like, hey guys, check this.
Yeah.
And just thought they were having fun.
And the pilot
because
was not having it.
Because then again,
suppose this man married no, he got to go explain
but that is the point.
Random nudes in his phone.
Partner wasn't going to turn back nothing. Partner just walk out, hey,
I don't know, the man happy home here.
This I gotta do this. I doing this because my wife ain't gonna ever believe me if she if she see this in my phone.
That's a good excuse there.
Yeah, because you make it public and it's on the internet now and everybody know what's going on. So you say, babe, you wouldn't guess what happened today.
Some people just somebody saying it wasn't the pilot. It definitely was the pilot. It literally said him in the headline. Him. They were sexting him. So cut it out.
Yeah, he was just trying to fly. And the other thing I'm thinking too, if it was literally like a prank, which it had to be a prank.
Clearly.
It might have been an issue for you because it might have been like he phoned off and looked down and it's like 120 nudes.
No, the man got to go explain. I tell you, it's stressing out these pilots, we don't have a pilot shortage,
Yeah. It might not have been like they send one and then he check his phone again and they send one and check his phone.
Please stop.
It might have been his phone just going off.
You know 100 and something nudes in your anyway.
Jade, you could easily this is the internet. You could easily
a lot of work.
You could easily like literally just download a zip file real quick and just send it to somebody.
Stop just out the pilots. Anyway, who else is having a weird week?
Who that?
Russians.
Russians are freedom yet? Big up the Kremlin one time.
Yes.
You're listening.
Definitely.
Come on, the Kremlin definitely listening right now.
Russia, China, the US.
Definitely listening.
We know. Bless myself. Russians keep mysteriously falling from windows to their deaths. Adam, you hear that?
What?
Yeah. They keep mysteriously falling from windows to their deaths.
Jade, we know what's going on,
Yeah, man.
Big up the Kremlin one time.
You better believe it. Ravel Maganov, the chairman of an oil company that criticized Russia's invasion. First line, we don't know what happened. Context clues, people. Context clues. The chairman of an oil company that criticized Russia's invasion of Ukraine reportedly died on Thursday after falling from a hospital window. Although the case of his death has not yet been confirmed, he is the latest in a series of prominent Russians who have died in similar circumstances.
Yeah.
Lukoil, Russia's second largest oil producer, confirmed Maganov's death, saying it came after a serious illness in quotation.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
There's like people who just fall down the steps.
Sure. However, Russian media reported that he had been found dead by medical personnel after falling out of a 6th-floor window of a Moscow hospital. This follows a number of cases of prominent Russians dying after falling from windows.
Everybody just falling.
Yeah, like why they need to make these windows a little stronger.
Falling from window.
I feel like these windows need a little checking out.
Jade, right now, in Russia, I don't know if you know, but there's people going missing all the time, like political activists.
Mm-hmm.
They actually created a law, right? They created a law recently where if you speak bad about the war and spread anti-Russian sentiments or narratives that don't line up with the messages from the Kremlin, like they literally could just come and take you and you disappear.
Interesting. But I'm glad I live in a small old city here because some of these countries doesn't have way so much going on. So you what? I can't talk bad about the government?
You crazy? Come on, Jade.
If this was if all, so that mean a lot of if a lot of I was in Russia, a lot of I would have locked up in it. because we have no consequence on social media
Jade,
over here. But
let me
if
see
I was in Russia,
let me see if I could find the actual law. That
okay, well, you look for that. Let me tell you about the other people that fall out the windows.
yeah.
In December 2021, Yegor Yegor, the founder of a nationalist website, Sputnik and Pogrom, died after falling out of a window of a residential building in the center of Moscow. He allegedly threw a knife and gas canister out of the window before the fall, BBC News reported. He had supported Russia's annexation of the Crimea in 2014, but later began to predict a civil war and the collapse of the Russian Federation. On October 19, 2021, a Russian diplomat was found dead after a fall from a window of the Russian embassy in Berlin. It was reported. The man was a second secretary at the embassy, but German intelligence sources told the newspaper they suspected he was an undercover officer with Russia's Federal Security Services.
Well, let me tell you what been going on.
Me have somebody fall out a window too.
Another one fall out?
Yes, in late 2022, Alexander Sasha, last name I'm trying to pronounce, a top Russian scientist reportedly working on a COVID-19 vaccine at the time, was found dead with a stab wound after falling from a high-rise apartment in St. Petersburg.
So you fall from a high-rise, happen to fall on a knife.
Hold on, no. According to a Russian outlet, the suspect, a childhood friend of Kagansky, told police that Kagansky stabbed himself.
Oh, he stabbed himself and then jumped out the window.
Jumped to his death.
Ah, right.
Vibes. Hold on. 2 Russian doctors died and another was seriously injured after falls from hospital windows over a 2-week period between April and May 2022. And in July, a 52-year-old Latvian-American investment banker and outspoken Putin critic died after a fall from a luxury apartment building in Washington, D.C. I stop playing Russia, you know. Stop playing with Russia, please, because something with them and windows by.
All right, so this article says many thousands of individuals protesting against the war have been arrested all over Russia. And in a culmination of legal repression of speech, on Friday, President Putin signed into law bills passed by the Duma, amending the Russian Criminal Code and the Code on Administrative Offenses. The amendments create new offenses that punish discrediting the Russian armed forces, calling for sanctions against Russia, and disseminating false information about the armed forces. The Novaya Gazeta newspaper, 7 of whose journalists were murdered over the past 20 years as a consequence of their work, and whose editor-in-chief, Dmitry Muratov, was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize last year.
Peace Prize?
Yeah, he's one of the journalists.
That's
the
one
journalists.
of them that survived. Okay.
No, the
Right.
journalists. Yeah. Yeah. So there's a lot of the fears are that these laws are being applied to journalists.
They don't guess out of there, boy.
But yeah.
You would have been on that hit list, man.
Jade, it is crazy.
We would have been on that hit list for sure.
On the article such and such and such and such, it is an offense for a Russian citizen to call for the imposition of sanctions by a foreign state against the Russian Federation, Russian nationals, or Russian legal entities. No defense whatsoever is provided to this offense. No matter what the Russian state or legal or natural person has done, it is always prohibited to call for the imposition of restrictive measures on them. Let me see what the other ones say. It is an administrative offense to commit public actions aimed at discrediting the use of the armed forces of the Russian Federation for the purpose of protecting the interests of the Russian Federation and its citizens. Maintaining international peace and security included public calls to prevent the use of the armed forces of the Russian Federation for these purposes. Here it is. The offense, if you just say, let's see. when the army decide to go into Ukraine, the fine is up to 50,000 rubles for ordinary citizens, which is really just around 370 euros, which is about a monthly salary, like your whole month's salary. And then the fine is doubled if accompanied by calls for holding if you're accompanied by calls for holding unauthorized public events.
Yeah, maybe we show. We passport, let's go for visa free. Come in, eh? So, let me write that one off my list early because I do too much audio. Somebody said these hospitals need to fix their windows. Quite a health hazard. I agree. Quite. That's crazy, boy. You just fall into windows regularly.
Oh, at the same time though, when we plan to start accepting the Russian
Rubles?
No.
Oh.
Applications for citizenship.
For what?
The West countries them not doing it.
It's okay.
The West countries them not doing it.
It's okay, we're full. I feel like we're full.
Oh.
And everybody needs to come to the country.
They ain't coming, Jade.
They just want the passport?
Yeah.
And everybody needs to have one.
Oh, okay. Stop there with that. Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. What's up? Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. Talk to us. Miss those callers.
As in, everybody needs to have a Kittian passport.
Okay.
Some people
But
have to send
the Europeans them could do business with them, buy the oil, buy the wheat, buy the all them kind of things there. But no? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Everybody else must make money off of the Russian, they mix up us. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Something wrong with that? Is all the money we want, sir?
Jade, we far from all, that's the problem. Like, we have a little bit.
Take little and live long, your grandmother tell you so?
There's rappers out here making more off the one single than with GDP, Jade.
Take little and live long as in your grandmother tell you so as a child.
The problem is how we keep living.
We're doing good, surplus after surplus.
Surplus after surplus.
You forget? We're doing good.
We're rich.
We're rich.
Right.
We're rich on these sides.
Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. What's up?
Hi, good morning, Azim and Jade.
Morning.
Something you said just now piqued my interest about the Russian whatever investment you said about the passport here with our CBI. But I read an article that stated that over the past year or two, in terms of tourism, the Russians who would have visited the European space, because, we have heard about so many bans and banning the oil and so forth. But the Ukraine wanted the European Union to adopt banning Russian tourists from their space. And some of the European countries decided not to, because they have made $22 billion over the past year or two from tourists that visited Greece, Cyprus, and Italy, respectively. And so it's all the way down to economics. How far would we go in order to lose our economies, knowing that there are forecasts for a recession and a depression, as the economic forecasters would tell us? So, war is a dirty thing, and we don't know how far countries will go in support of another country who might be feeling the pressure, in this case, Ukraine at the time. And so I just decided to put that out there. On another note, though, Azim, I wanted to talk about something that you and Jade was there interviewing the new Attorney General, Mr. Garrett Wilkins, and he spoke about some certain laws, draconian laws, some laws that should be outlawed on our books. But one of the things that he kept saying, that the oppressors, he used that word a few times. And we know that our Prime Minister was uncomfortable pledging allegiance to the Queen, her heirs and successors. My question is, what would it take? Is it a law that we will have to go through? Would, like he said to Jade, email him, and I hope he's listening, email him if he thinks that a certain law, in that said, was the profanity. If he thinks that certain law should be outlawed, that he will look at it and see. Even though we might fall in a minority group, we still have the same rights to think and to do away with certain laws that are archaic on our books and might affect us in a negative way. What are your thoughts on that? Because that is something else. Also, I just wanted to chime in on the Prime Minister's visit that you talked to about the link up this morning. I think he visited in Barbados. And, you know, it's elating to me because he's visiting Barbados in a conference, a forum with the linkages between Caribbean and Africa. And that, to me, speaks volume because we've been advocating for something like that. And I think petitions and divisions are still asleep in terms of the regions because it seems like all of the other territories are way ahead in terms of that linkages. You know, the bottom line is economics and money. And we, these islands, we need some impetus, injection in terms of our economy. Thanks for listening.
All right, Carlo, I appreciate it. He asked about what it would take. I think if we were to move to a republic, I think we'd probably have to have a referendum.
Yeah.
I think we have to probably have a referendum. I don't think that's something that would just come from
an email?
No, but he was saying email him about it and why it would take, but yeah, referendum in that case. In terms of the partnerships and linkages between the region and Africa, I think there's been a lot more recognition that Africa provides a lot of opportunities for us here in the diaspora, for business and economics and stuff, and it's not just this ceremonial return to the motherland and thing. No, that is definitely part of why we need to foster relationships with Africa. But there are a lot of opportunities that are to be had there. African countries have been encouraging persons of African descent from the diaspora to come home. There's certain incentives. And a lot of time the money that we make here go a long way over there. I know I have several friends now who have migrated to Ghana in particular and have started businesses over there and are doing really well. And I have one friend now who's really, really exploring that option. But the truth is that we have a lot that we can offer to the continent, and the continent has a lot that it could offer to us economically. I really long to see the day when summertime come and people considering where to go for vacations, and on the list is some of these African countries.
Yeah. So I mean, there's an airline already providing that service in the Caribbean. Can't remember which country they fly from.
I think it's Barbados, and I think Jamaica too had a thing.
There's avenues, there's ways. We just have to find the money, and we have to find the airlines to be able to travel to these countries, to travel to.
Well, I mean, but those are things that are negotiated, right? Those conversations happen annually at some of these conferences, right? So. You would want to see some, because even here, I believe what has to happen is we really need at least one more airline providing access to the U.S. market here. I think we need to invite at least one more. We had, what was it? It was Sun Airlines that was coming.
Yeah, actually, wrong person.
No, just before COVID, and I think that was going to minister, and I don't think people recognize, for those of you who really like shopping, and like that was one of the reasons I kept saying, because you don't know, you just don't know. But that airline was taking you directly to, where it was, Minneapolis? You was literally, 15 minutes away from one of the biggest shopping areas in the US, and you could literally go there and come back the next day.
I hope the price was good. But
the prices were good. But I think we need some of those options. Some of the other islands, they have like a JetBlue And some of those conversations, of course, are things that would have to happen outside of in rooms that I am not privy to. But
Indeed.
definitely, I think those are things that we need to look into. But of course, as well, to get back to what we were talking about, yeah, Africa has to be a place that we look at as being somewhere that we could contribute to and as well benefit from as we move forward. Like, I don't even want to believe there are a lot of us running around who still have this weird idea of Africa as.
Oh,
you think so?
Yeah, but you forget how ignorant we people be.
Yeah, I guess so.
Anyway, we gotta go. Got a boat sketch.
But you see them capital cities like in Nigeria and Ghana and so.
Aye, beautiful, If we just would stop and look at white media, we would realize that the things and the pictures that they have been feeding to us are false. But that takes your own research.
I want to go Accra. Right now, anyway, let me not jinx it. Okay, I really want to.
Don't jinx it. Shh.
I want to go Africa before the year done.
Carry me your luggage.
Oh, too easy.
Mm-hmm. I go fit.
But guys, it is time for us to leave, time for us to go, time for us to disembark and disappear. And it is
forever?
No. Just till Monday.
Yeah, just till Monday.
Just
Tomorrow
till
weekend.
Just till Monday. Yeah, I know y'all could have do with a little 5-day weekend this time, but you can't have them all the time, guys.
Man.
Or can you?
Hopefully.
We need to work on
Under
it.
this new government, hopefully.
We need to work on it. See that look, and message the cab sexy. Say put this on the agenda for me, please.
4-day work week.
Need to get on.
Garth Wilkin, look out for that email.
But guys, it's been a pleasure all week hanging out with you. Thank you so much for being a part of what it is we do here. I met some amazing sippers yesterday.
Oh, where you went?
Just in town.
Oh.
One.
I've been meeting them at cricket.
I met this one lady who she listening to us. She knows the day we started.
Real OG fan.
As a matter of fact, she didn't know who I was, and she was talking to somebody about Island Tea. Said, "Oh, what's him there?" So that's how so you could tell she was a big sipper. She has been listening. She misses Amali. She misses Kevin.
We have to have an Island Tea link up on it.
Yeah, Island Tea reunion. Yeah, and then I met this one guy who at first he just hailed me, real cool dude, Ras. Just hail me. So I thinking it was just like the regular Ras brotherhood link up.
Yeah,
one thing, once you got locks, people with locks just hail you.
Yeah, man.
Like we are part of a clique. Yeah. So I think it was the usual Ras hail up. And then the man literally turned around and came back and was like, "Bye, watch, I gotta tell you what you was saying this morning about the feet." Bye, say, the man really into
I hear
something.
that part. I made it to the full show.
Yeah, that's what I was about to tell you.
Praise the Lord. Talk to them as them. Okay, rubbing them crusty, dusty feet on people.
But no, the man was like, "Bye."
They're
saying I got to really do something on my feet to
like a little Vaseline, little lotion, little baby oil, nothing. Yeah, just rough foot on people.
So what I recognize is that some people just need a little reminder. A little reminder, a little encouragement.
Let them know that it's okay.
Yeah, but big up yourself, all you guys who join us daily and be a part of what it is that we do here. Really, really appreciate it. I mean, you see us here or something, man.
Yeah,
Let's
man,
know that you're listening.
You know, I realize a lot of people don't know how I look until I start talking.
They know the voice.
Yeah, they hear my voice. They say,
Use it. Use it.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
I say, it depends. You like the show or you ain't like the show?
No, man, that's it no more. Yes, I am.
Okay.
So whatever I got to say,
you're
say
owning
the
it.
chest.
You're owning it.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
See that, man, I can't, like, woman does bang, man, so you're cool.
Yeah, it's true.
But guys, appreciate it so much whether you joined us on one of the digital media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Win Media, SKN, all the like. Big up yourself. Those of you who listening on the radio 98.9 FM, thank you so much for being a part of it.
And share the thing, man.
Share it up. Tell a friend.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
And those of you who saying, I just make it because I got to work. These shows are online.
We try to talk to them.
You could listen it at any time.
Anytime. Just go on YouTube or Facebook, type in Win Media SKN or Win FM.
Or type in LNT.
You're going to find us. You're going to find all of the episodes.
Yeah, guys, it is the weekend. You know, of course, I'm wishing everyone a safe weekend.
See you all at cricket tomorrow.
Those of you who can get a chance to relax, do so. Make sure you spend some time with your loved ones and tell somebody how much you care about them. Don't wait until it's too late, guys. Deal with people with empathy, deal with people with grace, deal with people with love, and be peaceful. Because, like we said, don't hit nobody. When somebody hit you, hey.
Knock them. No, don't do that. Go station first.
Go station.
First. If they hit you again.
Go station.
Hey, whatever happen.
Let's turn the other cheek.
Which cheek?
Yeah, they could see the cheek. I mean, anyway.
Yeah, let's not.
But guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Please remember, guys, learn from the losses of others. Guys, of course, please remember as well to spend more time living your content than posting it. They're out here suing people. No, you don't want to get catch. And you can't be everybody's cup of that's rain.
Just a mega in his mind.
But guys, you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. See you guys tomorrow. Monday.
Monday.
Bye.